So for those who haven't seen it, in the past I made a video responding to Ricky Gervais's claim that everyone's an atheist. They just believe in one less God than we do. And by they, he's referring to those who believe in God. In the video, I explicitly said that one of the implications behind this claim is that believing in God and being an atheist is just one minor detail. So to show how ridiculous that claim was, I responded with some short clips like this.
Oh man! You killed me again, crazy.
You ever kill anyone in real life?
No, I'm not a murderer. Have you?
Just one.
Whatever.
We're all murderers if you think about it.
How? I just said I never killed anybody.
You just killed one less person than me.
It's not how it works.
And since then, I got a whole bunch of comments from atheists that said that I entirely just missed the point. They said what he really meant was that if I took all of the reasons for why I rejected all of those other gods and I applied those towards my God, then I would understand why atheists not only reject all of those other gods, but reject mine as well. And that's understandable. I can say that that's a fair criticism. Because I only responded to one of the implications behind the statement, and the criticism towards me is that I didn't respond to the main point, then I thought that I'd go ahead and respond to that point as well. So I figured if I were to have a conversation with an atheist and this was his main point as well, the conversation would probably go something like this.
We're all basically atheists. We just believe in one less God than you.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, if you can think of the reason why you reject the other 5 million trillion gods, then you can understand why we reject your God also.
Okay, yeah. So, first, can we back up so I can explain why I believe in the God of Christianity in the first place?
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, so I initially came to believe in God because I believe that God is the best explanation for the origin of the universe. And I eventually came to accept Christianity because I believe that Christianity accounts for the historical facts surrounding the resurrection and the origin of Christianity in the first century better than any other alternative.
That is so stupid. Haven't you ever read Lawrence Krauss or Bert Ehrman or...
Yeah, of course I have. But that seems to be beside the point, because the point was that if I took the reasons why I rejected other gods and I applied those towards my beliefs, then that would force me to reject my view of God as well, right?
How so?
Well, yeah, so if the universe, and by the way, what I mean by universe is all of time, all of space, and all of matter. If the universe is not past eternal, as all of our scientific evidence seems to suggest, then any of those pantheistic or panentheistic conceptions of God that claim that everything is God and everything is one and that one is eternal, then we can go ahead and cancel out all of those conceptions of God on that point alone.
Why?
Well, if the universe began to exist and the universe is God, then that would mean that God and the universe began to exist. That would leave us with the question still of what or who created the universe. Now, the God and the universe couldn't have created themselves because in order for them to create themselves, they would have to exist before they existed, which doesn't make any sense.
So this cancels out all those Eastern pantheistic religions.
Yeah, and all of those other thousands of gods and goddesses that were physical as well.
Okay.
Which would lead to a concept of God that's a being that's independent of the universe and responsible for the universe coming into existence in the first place.
Okay. Then what about all those other monotheistic gods?
Yeah, so in all the major monotheistic religions, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, the fundamental disagreement comes down to who the person of Jesus was and if he resurrected from the dead. Therefore, if the evidence of the resurrection is strong, and I believe it is, then that would be my reason for accepting Christianity apart from all of the other religions.
Well, then what about Mormonism? Don't they believe Jesus raised from the dead?
Yeah, that's true. But I'm not a Mormon because I believe that the biblical evidence for Christianity can also be found in history. Now, when it comes to the Book of Mormon, there's not a single person, place, or event established in the Book of Mormon that's confirmed by history or archaeology outside of the Book of Mormon, except for the times when it borrows from the Bible.
But they say all you have to do is pray and they get a burning in their bosom to know that Mormonism's true. And you guys do the same thing.
Yeah, that's their claim, not mine.
Well, but you haven't even defended those arguments.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I haven't here, although I have in other videos on my channel, but that's beside the point, because the point was that I'm only supposed to give my reasons for accepting Christianity as true, and I'm supposed to take those reasons and apply them towards other beliefs. That's according to your claim, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah, well, yeah, I gotta take off, but hey, good to talk with you, man. So according to atheists like this, and apparently Ricky Gervais, according to his fans, that if I applied those reasons why I believe in Christianity towards the other gods, well, then that would lead me to reject the Christian God as well, right? Well, if not, then that would mean that this claim is nonsense, just as we suspected. The popular YouTube star and atheist Jaclyn says something similar.
Everyone is technically, this is a famous quote, everyone's technically an atheist for every other religion except for their own. Like, why don't you believe in Zeus? Why don't you believe in Thor? Why don't you believe in, flying spaghetti monster, etc.? I mean, people don't believe in any other religion except for their own, so atheists are said to just take it one step further. That's kind of a popular saying among people who are non-religious.
Now, I'm assuming that if I responded in the same way that I would respond to that other atheist or Ricky Gervais or whatever, then Jaclyn might say something like, well, people like you who have thought through their beliefs to a reasonable point are in the minority and don't in any way represent the majority of religious believers. And I admit that this is probably true, although I still think that it's a pretty odd claim for her to make. The reason I say that is because, as she implies in this video and her other videos, she seems to think that religious people only accept their view of God for no good reason, and they reject the views of other beliefs arbitrarily for no good reason other than the fact that they're stubbornly sticking in their blind belief. But if this is the claim, then we gotta go back to the logic that was used in the first place. Uh-oh. The claim was that atheists reject belief in all those other gods for the same reasons that I reject belief in all those other gods, right? Remember, they just go one god further. But if this doesn't apply to me and it applies to the average believer, who they say just rejects all of these other religious views away for no good reason, they just hand wave them away because they want to stay stubbornly stuck in their blind belief, then that would mean that the atheists do the same thing when they just hand wave away all the other gods, but they just go one god further and hand wave away my God too, just so that way they can be stuck in their blind belief. Tastes good. I actually agree that this is the case for a lot, if not a majority of people, but in my view, atheists are no exception. And as you'll see in an upcoming video of mine on Jaclyn's main evidence why she believes that she can prove Christianity is false, Jaclyn will confirm that she too rejects Christianity for no good reason at all. So stay tuned. And remember, the only relevant difference between an atheist and a Christian is that one believes in God and one doesn't, right? That's a crucial relevant difference. It's not like, hey look, we have so much in common, you should just become an atheist. If that logic works, then I can just say, well, I'm an atheist too. I just believe in one more God than you. We have so much in common. You should be a Christian. Although apart from this silly reasoning, I would say that you really should become a Christian and watch my other videos to see why. So, the next time that someone says,
But we're all atheists. I just believe in one less God than you.
you can be like, bruh, what do you mean? Yo, what up guys? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button and comment and share, because the more you guys do of that, it tells YouTube that like, yo, people like this dude's channel, so keep sending people over to his channel. So go ahead and do that, right? And I haven't really thought past that point, so I don't really know what else to say. And this is awkward. Yeah. Bye.